Hi, everybody. Mary Brown here, host of the Mystical Musing Show on psychictalk.net. On the first Saturday of every month, we have our March episode coming up this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and the rest of the times around the globe. And I just wanted to do the short video to show you. I'm so excited. A couple decks that I've really wanted for a while came in the mail today, and I'm so excited that I had to share it with you because these are just two super cool. And if you haven't heard of these decks, you might want to check them out. So I thought I'd do a quick, kind of walk through both of these real quick. And they are the Oracle of the Radiant Sun by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. Astrology cards to illuminate your life. I'm hoping that they will illuminate my life and hopefully help me get a better handle on astrology as well. So, Oracle of the Radiant Sun, which actually just came out today. And I'm so excited. I had put it on pre-order and somehow I got it on the day that it's released. So, yippee! And you can see it has a nice story, nice sturdy box here. On the back it says, let the radiant sun guide your life. The powerful orb of the life-giving sun has been worshipped from time immemorial. Its regular passage across the sky was used by the ancients to predict events, and this became the astrology we know today. Now, with this beautifully illustrated deck, you too can follow the sun's path across the heavens and use its light to help guide your life. The oracle has 7 suits. Each represents a significant planet as it moves through the astrological zodiac. By shuffling the deck and selecting cards, you will find guidance on any question. This fun-to-use system will shed light on all your life issues. Well, that's a big claim, all of your life issues. And over the next couple months, I'm going to be working with this, and then later on, I'll do a proper review once I've done that, because my feeling is that unless it's like the most simple deck ever, where it doesn't even have a book or need a book to go with it, you got to work with it a little while to really, get a handle on it. This does come with 84 stunning and symbolic cards, a 144-page illustrated guidebook, accurate and perceptive readings. So, wow, I'm thinking this is going to work. Now, this is a deck that I believe was available like years ago. Like, I've heard it mentioned. I've seen like little things about it, but it was like out of print for the longest time. So I think this is like the new and improved version of that older deck, if you happen to have the older deck. And here's the book, just to show you. Here's the cards. Are, two little piles, because it is 84 cards seated in the box like that. And you can, well, because some people want to know, so if you take the cards out, you can either keep them, in that probably, stops it from getting all thrown around, or you could remove this and keep the cards in there. What I like to do is I keep a crystal with each of my decks, and there's definitely enough room in here to fit like a little crystal in there as well. So let's look at the guidebook real quickly. This is a nice book. You can see 144 pages, and it's terrific. They said with illustrations, it starts off with a quote from William Lilly's An Introduction in Astrology, written in 1647. So it kind of traces a little bit of the history of it and give you a nice intro. And they give you this whole thing on the symbols, the language of astrology, the symbols for the astrological signs and astrological planets, qualities associated with the houses, planets, signs, reading associations, and they go into a bit about the 7 planets. They talk about the astrological houses and the 12 signs of the zodiac, and then they talk about the oracle cards, and then they go into each suit. So the illustrations are kind of like these, sepia versions of the cards themselves, and they give you like a nice full page of meaning for each of these, and goes on through all of them. The moon, the suit of security. You can see some of those keywords there. And, from what I've seen so far, and again, I just got it just minutes ago, Mercury, the Suit of Change, it does seem to be a very well balanced deck. It's not just, affirmations, it's not just positive keywords. There's like, quite the broad range of ideas from flattery to birth, it looks like, right? This is terrific. And this book, goes on Mars, the suit of action, impulsiveness, defense, it talks about all of that. And then, going through all the different suits, Saturn, the suit of ambition, just to give you kind of like an idea of how the deck is set up. And then they do have spreads that they provide, the sun year reading spread, and they give you sample readings of, how it could be interpreted, which is really great. Horary reading, and samples of that as well. And then they talk about other types of reading, the Grand Trine reading. I'll give you samples of those too, and Cardinal Cross reading, a short biography, credits, and author's acknowledgement. So that's the book that goes with it. Now for the good part. Now let's look at these amazing cards. So we have Indecision, and I just kind of smushed these together so they're not in any particular order, but I love the illustrations. I think they're so interesting. And I did read a little bit, maybe a paragraph of the introduction. And they talked about, this is great for anywhere from beginners to advanced readers, people who are familiar and, that don't know that much about astrology. And they mentioned that you could just do readings even if you just use the keyword. So, and I think that that's possible because it does, again, it's a broad array of ideas and tons of, symbols, and the illustrations are just really great. You can see the astrological symbols at the bottom on either side of the keyword along with the illustration. I just love them. I don't know what it is, but I had just seen a few images from this deck over the years, and I just really just was impressed. Whoops, I dropped one. I dropped a few. What are these? Generosity, isolation, devotion, inheritance, fulfillment, riches, eccentricity. Yeah, that's a bit eccentric. Loss, assertion, acquisition. I really love these. Resourcefulness, fortune, health, harmony, endurance, enthusiasm, achievement. I forget which card it is. Maybe it's just a classic one, but for some reason they do remind me, the illustrations as I look at them, they remind me of like a German Kipper deck that I got, that the illustrations were kind of the same style, except that these, have a lot of like more ancient symbols in them than Kipper deck does. But yeah, there's just something to me that's really attractive about it. Order, I really like that one. Companionship. I don't know about you guys, but I am totally loving these cards. Independence, empathy, restlessness, resistance, excitement. Yeah, looks exciting. Intuition. Oh, that's really cool. And drama, caution, influence. Oh, the snake and what, Adam and Eve, maybe. Extremism. That's interesting. Discovery, organization, originality, inspiration, lust, romance, flattery, birth, affair, discrimination, detachment, submission. Wow. Impulsiveness, defense, decision, quarrel, egotism, and criticism, and choice. That's an interesting card to represent choice. Wow. I cannot wait. Revenge. I cannot wait. And domination. Wow. You have the. Wow. Those symbols for domination are kind of fascinating, aren't they? Different ways to look at the concept. And authority, rebellion, escape, enterprise. That's such a cool symbol. Status, bluff, speculation, indecision, secrets, flirtation, convention. I love these cards. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. I'm excited. I can't wait to learn this system and, just really start working with them. And when, like I said, when I do, I definitely will do like a proper like review and probably use this once I've really learned the system and have a handle on it. Love to use it for readers that, for readings for callers to our show. And the same with this deck, too, which is by the same authors, Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. This is the Moon Oracle. Let the phases of the moon guide your life. 72 lunar oracle cards, 128-page guidebook, including moon phase tables. Yay! And let's see how they describe it. Answer your life questions using the rhythms of the moon. This original easy-to-use divination system and practical introduction to lunar astrology allows you to align your life to the fluctuating rhythms of the moon and make in-depth, multi-layered readings using a combination of lunar cards. The deck includes 72 powerfully illustrated oracle cards featuring dramatic, figurative, and symbolic imagery representing the 8 phases of the moon in each of the 4 astrological elements, 12 moon goddesses, 28 moon mansions. Consult the moon tables in the book to pinpoint the exact phase of the moon and astrological sign it appears in to shed light on the present state of your question. Oh, that's a wild idea. Then refer to the suggested reading methods and detailed card interpretation for guidance on the best way to proceed. I'm intrigued. I'm really kind of excited about this. So let's just take a look at this one really quick too. Again, these are just quick flip throughs. Here is the book that comes with it. It's and there's the moon tables that it talks about. In the back, it has some further reading on lunar astrology and exciting here. So let's see. We've got the moon tables. We've got different. The Celtic. There's a Celtic cross spread. There's a Seven Sisters spread. There's the Elemental cross. Let's see if you can see those spreads a little bit better. Seven Sisters, Celtic cross spread. That's cool. And then it gets into the cards, and you can see like kind of a black and white, like kind of gray. A version of the card, and then the card meaning and the different meanings of it, the interpretations of it, and there's a key phrase at the end like that. Competition, action, clash of 2 opposing views. And that is for the dual Mansion 21 card. So, they do give you, some stuff to work on here. And then they, larger picture of the goddess cards. And then they talk about I guess these are like the moon phase cards, like full moon in water, disseminating moon, waning in water. Wow, it sounds like pretty specific, which is good because the more Pacific, like the ocean. The more specific, the better, maybe, I think. I don't know. I'm just trying to, I got these because I really am like, okay, come on. This is the year I'm really wrapping my head around. I'm trying to really absorb as much as I can possibly absorb about astrology. I've tried to study it over the years. Only, the very basics like have stuck with me. And I want to go in more in depth. And this gives they also have a table, a quick key to the mansion cards. They also have the Wheel of the Goddesses, which is really interesting. Huh. I don't think I'm familiar with that. Planetary symbols, quick key to the moon phase cards as well. So it looks like, the book is pretty helpful, and quite the, you know, introduction there and everything. So let's look at these cards, which right away, right. This is the back of them, and I don't know how well that really shows up, but that's just kind of nice. It's not, I don't like cards that have a really busy, back design. And for oracle cards, for me, they don't have to be reversal, especially if the system itself doesn't even, acknowledge reversals. Then it's like not about that. Here are the ones we just looked at, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards. And you can see how small they are in comparison to these. So these are the Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards, I guess, are, you could say, like poker sized, I guess is a way to describe it. And then the, I have to say the box isn't really as great. Here's, in case you were wondering, it's like, yeah, I'm going to have to put these in a separate bag probably if I end up working with them a lot. I like to do that anyways, and put a little crystal in there with them. But let's just flip through these cards too and see what they look like. So the artwork, is very different from the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, which is fine. I still really like it. I like the colors of it. You can see it has like different symbols up there. The moon phases down there. You have a keyword at the bottom, in this case, opposition. And this is the last quarter waning fire moon. Wow. That's interesting to me. It's like, I love that the element is included. I'm assuming that the element that they reference here, like waning fire moon, balsamic waning fire moon. And then there's another word, seeds, which I guess it does kind of look like seeds. I'm guessing the element is because of the sign that it's in. I don't know. Obviously, I just got these. I got to study them. Compromise is the keyword underneath that. That's interesting. Black moon, fire, dormant. There's a lot of information, just, not knowing really how the deck works or having worked with it, but just looking at these cards, it's pretty impressive that you really do have an awful lot to read off of, whether you read the symbols or the keywords or get something from the imagery. I love this nice mandala, however you pronounce it. I hear everybody say it all kinds of different ways. Like somebody the other night I was talking to was like, yeah, I really like mandalas. And I'm like, okay, now there's like a new way to say it. But disseminating, waning earth moon, fruit, responsibility. Wow, I can't wait to start delving into these cards. This is fascinating to me. And just looking at, a few more of full moon air flower solution. This is beautiful, and I love the interesting illustrations, because they're not, they're kind of abstract for a lot of these. At least the moon phase card seems to be. Here we go to the goddesses. So it's really just the goddess, kind of like a classical representation of the goddess. And there's Artemis, Venus, Athene, Hera, Isis, wow, Gaia, Lilith even, okay, Kali, yay, Freya, the volcano, musician, palace. What in the world? Stone. What are these cards about? I don't know. I'm gonna have to, read the book and work with the deck, and then I'll get back to you. Pitcher, fountain. I don't know. These are so fascinating to me, though. The fall. Altar. Interesting card. Scepter. Bouquet, door. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, so there you've seen like a topaz. Oh gosh, I cannot wait to learn more. So anyways, that's just a quick introduction to it. I may post longer and more proper reviews of these later on, but I was just so excited getting them in the mail a few minutes ago that I wanted to like share it with everybody in case there's other people out there like me that was wondering about this Oracle of the Radiant Sun and the Moon Oracle. Both of them again are by Carolyn Smith and John Astrop. And yeah, so I'll work with them for a couple months and then get back with you on how they're working for me. And am I learning anything more about astrology? Who knows? Stay tuned. Meanwhile, be sure to go to psychictalk.net/live on Saturday, this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central, and tune in to the Mystical Musing Show. We have our show for the month of March, which my topic is the fairy faith and the luck of the Irish, since we've got St. Paddy's Day coming up. And I just found out I'm Irish, by the way. I'll get into that on the show. So tune in. And don't forget, you can always find our shows. If you can't tune in live, you can find them on psychictalk.net. You just go to listen to our shows and click on past shows. And you can also click on upcoming shows to see which ones are coming up. And I will see you then. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.